Oh, there's a lot of you here. Don't give me SaaS, when to pay for software as a service and when to not. Subscriptions can add up and be expensive. How many of you were like, I'm going to cut cable, but I need Netflix, I need Hulu, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, like, oh, I got all these things. You add them all up, now you're like, look, I just spent way more money. Because your cable cost goes up too when you do that too. So that now your your internet cost goes up. So now you're paying even more for that. So you just defeated the whole entire purpose. So I did it. So I know there are other people that did it too. So this topic is kind of misleading because SaaS can actually be great. It's more about assessing your needs and asking yourself, does the shoe fit? Please get more from this from developer good and SaaS bad, because that's not the goal here. And also, I'm going to use a lot of examples of things that I've solved through here, and this is no by means sales thing or anything like that. It is just, these are the solutions I have, and I relate to people through the things I've done. So let's take a look at your business and tools that make up your online presence. We'll go over various SaaS services and case studies, but who's this guy in front of you? I'm George Whitcher. I'm a husband and father, lead developer of Now Marketing Group. And I'm not going to go into a lot of those because just like Chad said, it's a lot of technical stuff. I do a lot of technical things. I am a programmer and I love what I do, and I can build video games, apps, anything, really, desktop applications. I've been doing this forever. And I am also not a public speaker. I am a developer, and I'm extremely nervous. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice right now, but I'm extremely nervous. But we'll get through this together. To really know who I am, though, and actually explain myself a little bit, really comes down to my roots. And that is really just these three things, which is family, snow, and code. Family has been and always will be the most important thing to me. Snow is, just like Chad said, I've been doing this for a very long time. We used to vacation up in Eustis, Maine, and go to Sugarloaf, and I grew up snowmobiling with my parents. Deeply connected with that, but as I grew, I kind of got a need for speed, and my parents were like, you need to be safe, we're on a snowmobile, you need to be safe, and I was like, no, I want to go fast. So I was like, I'm going to Sugarloaf, I'm snowboarding, I can go as fast as I want, and I embraced that, and it became a huge part of my life, and I go hiking, like you can see in this picture here, and just love the outdoors, and snowboarding is just a huge part of my life. But also code. My father gave me my first computer when I was about 8 years old, and I started writing cheat codes for video games. Infinite Health, things like that. I don't know if any of you play like Mortal Kombat or things like that, stuff like that. I was the one that wrote those cheat codes a lot of the time. And then I decided to make my own website for that. And it got really popular. A lot of people were visiting it, and I mean, the domain right now, I was a kid when I got it. It's being sold for $20,000 now. I can't get it back. I'm not going to buy that, but yeah, I was a kid. I let it expire, and I regret that. But that was really became a huge part of my life, was that, and everyone was like, wow, you do a really good job at this, George. You should make this a career. And I was like, no, I want to write cheat codes and snowboard. Like, forget that. I'm a kid still. Well, flash forward a few years, and my father passes. And I was about 17 when that happened. And it rocked my world. Sorry. And it really threw me for a loop. And I had to embrace the fact that I needed to work and I needed a career. So I went into plumbing, oddly enough. Roger Wakefield, yeah. And what's funny about him is that he really embraced plumbing. I hated it, okay? Yeah, I hated it. And nothing stinks more than being in Quincy, Massachusetts in the middle of December, waist-deep water, fixing the drain. He's just shaking his head. He knows. It's cold. It stinks. And then I'm the one that's on license. I'm in the ditch fixing the ductile iron in there, and they're all standing around pointing at me, all right? It stinks, all right? It's awful. I hated it. And I got really depressed. And under that depression, I made some bad choices, and I turned to drugs to feel better. And it robbed me of the very roots of who I was. It's very hard. And I remember looking up at the ceiling in a not-so-great place. Oddly, that tile just like this. And I asked myself, why? Why did I do this? I robbed myself of the very roots of who I am. And I said no more, and I embraced the fact that I'm a good coder. I've been doing this since 8 years old. This is what I do. I don't want to do anything else. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. And I really embraced it, and I met my wife a few months later, and she helped keep me on the road to success, gifted me with my 2 amazing kids, and that is where I just never gave up. I drove it. I found a job in my hometown, Marshfield, Massachusetts, in a little company called Axmar Computers, and I busted my butt. I worked my butt off as hard as I could. And it's funny, I went in there, and she was like, George, on my last day, when I finally left, she said, George, I was just going to give you a chance. I didn't think you were going to make it. And you came in here, and you ran shit. You took over and did everything. It's like, thank you. Thank you. And that's when I knew that this is what I need to do for a living. This is my life. And, everyone was like, you should run a business. No, that's not. I never wanted to be a business owner. That's not what I want. I want to be a coder. And that's what I did. I didn't go to school for it. Did nothing. I'm all self-taught. And I put all the hard work in to do it. So finally, all right, enough emotional stuff. You all know who I am. You all know that I put a lot of effort into this, okay? This is what I do, so let's get into it. Your business has its roots in software, website, e-commerce, artificial intelligence, client relations manager, social media, newsletter, SMS, email, and more. One of the things, just a little disclaimer here, is the web is not one size fits all. I hear that a lot on the web, and it's just one of those terms that just gets under my skin. It just drives me crazy because it's not. There is no one size fits all. There's one size fits most, okay? That's true, okay? That's why it doesn't always work. Website. I'm obviously a web developer, primary coding that I do, so starting off with that. And I only have 2 examples here. One thing I'm going to say through here is if you're using something else on here, and if it works for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? If it works for you, it's fine, okay? That's my job is solving problems. If you don't have a problem, then don't talk to me about it, okay? Wix is actually great. I know a couple of people on my team are like, Wix, really, George? Because everyone knows I'm like huge WordPress fan. That's why it's got the hearts next to it. But Wix has come a long way, and it's really affordable, okay? They have Wix Studio now, which actually you can use React, which is a language written by Facebook, and you can build components in your own modules, and it really allows you to build customizations in a SaaS platform that it didn't have before. So it actually is a really great platform that is affordable. And if you're starting out, I really recommend that because WordPress, it takes a little bit of effort. There are themes out there and stuff you can buy and plop it in, but you're just using a theme that someone else out there is going to have, and you're changing the colors and putting your logo on. It's kind of With Wix, you can kind of really customize it and stuff. But when WordPress is, it consists of almost 50% of the internet, okay? And this is actually a few years old, so I would actually say that it's probably 50% of the internet right now, which is insane because you have to think of the internet has been around for a long time, and they still have all these old pages from way back when I started coding then that are all static and just HTML and stuff. Those are all still there. So for WordPress to be almost 50% of the internet is huge. And why is it huge? Because WordPress gives you the power, okay? Let's say some people got it, all right? It's open source, and a skilled developer can do anything with it. They have something called overrides that allow you to pretty much customize the platform and any core functions of it to however you need. So you really have the control to do anything. You just need to have the knowledge. And then this here, I'm not going to keep this up here long because I don't know if this should be up here or not because this is my secret sauce for plugins up here, okay? This is what I use to pretty much build anything for anybody out here, okay, for WordPress. And when Jessica comes to me and is like, George, I need you to do this, this is how I do it. With WordPress, obviously. But yeah, that's good. That's going to be done and over real quick. I don't want to get in trouble. This is a great case study. Local area here, Build Putnam Event where it works. They were on a SaaS platform that was very out of date. PHP 5.4 is very old. I think it was like end of life, like 15 years ago, which means that it has full of security issues. Like Jessica was like, "Oh, we need to move them on our server and move them over," and I was like, "Oh, it is a little too old." So we kind of just pushed the project along a little bit faster, and we built them a custom plugin called Works Jobs. Essentially, what they are, they're like Indeed. You go to those websites and find local jobs. Companies can post them on there, create their own profile and everything. So we built this plugin for them, recreated all the functionality as well as the functionality in their upgraded version that this other company was trying to push to them. We migrated all their data, and we built it with Elementor. And it really solved their problem, and it was a fraction of the cost of the software that they were trying to get them to do. And all they had to do was just pick up the phone and have a conversation. That was it. E-commerce. We got any e-commerce websites out there? Awesome. What do you, oh, I know you use. What do you use over here? Shopify? Awesome, yes. Anybody else use anything different? We use, was that? Okay, yeah. Shopify is great, and honestly, like 5 years ago, I would not sit up here and say Shopify was great because it came out with Shopify 2.0 a few years ago, and it really took it to the next level and really made it so you can make customized themes as much as you wanted and everything. You had to do everything inside Shopify, but now it really gives, like, it's very developer-friendly now. And they put servers all over the world, so if you're someone's visiting from Japan, there's a server in Japan, and that data gets served to them way faster. So it is a great platform. There's so many themes out there, but there are certain limitations with it. If you really need to get deeply customized, it can be a little problematic, which was where WordPress and WooCommerce come in. It gives you the flexibility of just like WordPress that I was just saying, it gives you the power. WooCommerce is a plugin for that, and the same thing, you can do all those overrides and everything that you need to do. Any kind of customizations that you need to do to that shop, you can do it. It's all open source. It makes it very easy to control. And then others, whatever works for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Little story here, one of the best e-commerce stores of all time, not Amazon, was on Big Cartel, and it was from a SoundCloud rapper. And he advertised everything, everywhere he could, and he got so much business that he had to shut it down in 24 hours. It's just about getting the message out there. It doesn't necessarily mean always about the platform. If you have a supply and demand, people are going to come, and people are going to buy it. Big Cartel is like not, it's the lower of my list for sure on suggested e-commerce platforms. But if you have a supply and demand, people are going to come. This is a great case study here of a WordPress website that we had to build for e-commerce. This is a local company in Lima. We'll call it Republic Ammunition. It gets a little tricky because ammunition's kind of a tricky thing to sell on. You know, you can't advertise on social media or anything like that because they're frowned upon. So what we did is he really needed an XML feed to feed his product data to a website called AmmoSeek. And what that does is there are a whole bunch of vendors that do the same thing. And what we did is just kept his prices very competitive, and he absolutely dominates. And he is our best e-commerce website, hands down, and just absolutely crushes it by having this feed there, having competitive prices. But he also does drop shipping, ships FedEx, because FedEx is one of the only carriers that will do hazmat. You're selling gunpowder and stuff like that, you gotta have the right carrier for it. So you have to kind of say if this product is hazmat, it needs to go to FedEx. If it's not, it can go USPS, which is a lot more affordable than doing FedEx. He had separate shipping rates, his own custom shipping rates, but he also did drop shipping. Separate shipping for that, so additional fees on that. And then split packages, 48 pounds and greater, because all these carriers have limits, and those aren't really built into those systems there. They just look at it as one, and if you get enough weight it just goes free. Well, you're not going to ship a whole bunch of products free. So you want to just sell multiple just packages and go FedEx, and have them pick up a whole bunch. So that's what we did. We deeply customized this. Good luck doing this in Shopify or really anything else. Like, good luck. Because you don't really get those. Actually, I don't think you can, honestly. I don't think it gives you the option to do that. Newsletter and SMS, Brevo, MailChimp, and Klaviyo. Brevo used to be Sendinblue. Really great platform. I love it. They have a great API, really easy to work with. MailChimp is just as good. It's just a little bit slower because so many people use it. If you're using either or, it's fine. The one that really stands out here is Klaviyo. Klaviyo is amazing for e-commerce websites, okay? The reason being is that you can actually, they have modules. You connect it with your store, and then you have a module that says, oh, hey, I just want to get the latest products and put that in my newsletter. Click, drag, boom, automate it, done. Like, no-brainer, super easy, instant, and then you can schedule it and just do it like every Friday you want to or something, You can do abandoned carts, things like that, and just reminder, oh, hey, you left this in your cart. Just wanted to see if you wanted to buy it. Those are really great, and if you're doing e-commerce of any form, I highly recommend doing abandoned cart, and Klaviyo is a great platform that does that. Another little case study here is the Lima Swap Meet. They had nothing managing anything. People would just come to the swap meet and just sign cards and enter their information. Well, we digitized it all, and we just did it through Brevo. It was nice and easy. It was quick and easy, and we created drip campaigns to follow and keep them engaged after. And I mean, this was a huge success because it just took care of everything. It automated it all. This is really a case where SaaS makes sense. You need a newsletter software. If you're doing any kind of marketing through newsletters, you need one of these softwares, because if you're sending it out yourself through your email, you're going to get blacklisted, and getting your email removed off a blacklist is a huge headache. I hate doing it. It is awful, okay? And then you're yelling at me because you want to get it off a blacklist, and there's nothing I can do because you were spamming. So it just takes time. So I do everything I can for you in those situations. I'm sorry, but I hate to say I told you so, but. And then email. This is just going to be a quick one because these are great services. If you're using your own server to send email, you often run into issues, disk space issues, your records aren't added correctly or anything like that. Google Workspace or Microsoft 365, just take care of it. It makes it nice and easy, goes quick, and it just takes care of it. It's so easy. All right, now this is the big one. Honestly, I'll be honest with you all, this is why this whole presentation is here. This is hard to read here, but if you can see on the right here, it's Seth Godin. I did not know Seth Godin until I came to Now Marketing Group, and I saw this post one day at 5:30 in the morning, I think it says right there. And I read that, and I was like, oh my God, this guy is amazing. And as many marketers spend time with their CRM systems, expensive cloud-based tools that automate customer relationship management. Maybe customers don't want to be managed. They probably don't. It might be more useful to think of our most important work as customer relationship leadership. CRL is voluntary. It's done with customers, not to them. It's not an app. It's a point of view. Bam. I love that. That was awesome. Like, instant fan right there. And the reason is that I'm not going to talk bad about HubSpot or Salesforce. They actually are great platforms. They're expensive, okay? They're very expensive, and it's all about automating things. You lose that human touch there, okay? If you have a CRM, it should be more to manage that and make it work for you and your business, not automate things and phase people out. You need to have that human touch still. You need to be authentic. And I heard some people mention high level. We got some high level fans out there? Yeah, I love it. I love it, okay? It is an affordable CRM that does great. It has a great API. It is affordable. It's just great developers behind it that are very passionate about what they do. I highly recommend, if you're thinking about any kind of CRM, go high level. I think it's gohighlevel.com. Go high level. It really is. But it's really about assessing your needs, okay, and seeing what the shoe fits. And that's what we did with a company called Mr. Manhole. I wish they were here this year. I mean, they used to have a big thing right here. I was all excited to point it out. we assessed their overall needs. They really wanted to go HubSpot, and we were like, well, what are your needs? And they were like, well, we really need our inventory integration with our inventory software. And I was like, well, there you go. There is nothing out there that integrates with it, okay? So there's your answer right there. But I did see that it had a full API with their inventory system, and I said, look, if you really want to get a system going, I can build you your kind of own CRM if you want. So we assessed all their needs, and I built it for them, and it does everything for them. It's really their one-stop shop for everything that they need to manage this. And it just really solves that whole, you're not managing, it allows them to lead. They get reports every week so that they can go, oh, okay, I see this person did this, they did that. Now I can reach out to these people and talk to them. It gives them the information to know what they need to do for the day. So it really just superpowers them. And this is the case where, like, if you're looking for a CRM, I would really suggest go high level, but assess your needs, okay? Really figure out what do you need to manage your clients? What really is involved? Because a lot of times it's very basic and something that's being created very quickly and easily and affordably. And this thing, it paid for itself within a year. And they're just making, they love it. They're growing. It's helping them so much. I'm running out of time here. Social media. I reached out to the amazing Olivia over there on this because I am not a social media pro. We had a great meeting full of laughs, and Canva Pro is amazing. I've used it myself. Yes. I love it. It's like Photoshop on the web, and there's so many things that it has that you can use. I highly recommend it. If anybody out there has not used it, please do. Please look at it at least. Manually posting, okay? If you only have a few handful of clients, manually post. And do that through the Meta Business Suite, too, because it will prioritize your posts. But if you have many clients, Agora Pulse is a great platform. You obviously can't manually post when you have like 40 people to do, it's going to be awful. So Agora Pulse does a great job of that. ChatGPT for building content, and there is a Chrome plugin that you can use called Keywords Everywhere that helps you with prompts for ChatGPT, okay? I love this thing, okay? Because not only does it have a lot of information, but it really taught me a lot about prompts and how to change things. It really gives you kind of information and just kind of really helps. So I highly recommend that. CapCut is great. I actually use this myself. I like to make snowboarding videos, and they have funny templates and things like that, and I love it because I can make funny videos with it. So, but that's great for you, too. If you're a social media marketer, you can make funny videos, too, very easily. So Google Analytics, of course. You always got to have Google Analytics. If you're not using Google Analytics, all right. Google Suite, sharing information, your spreadsheets, your docs, and all that information, sharing it through to everybody. It really works, just especially because at Now Marketing Group we're remote, so sharing that across areas, it really helps with working together. And then Facebook groups and free templates for planning. And then Olivia just made this one quote in our chat there, and it says, "If it's free for me, if it's free, it's for me, except for Canva Pro." And I love that because if it is free, use it. I mean, there's so many free platforms out there that you can use. Use them. Find out if they work. I love that. There are. And, maybe you find out it works for you for free, but the SaaS is really expensive. So maybe you kind of have a conversation with the developer and say, oh, I've been using this free version. What can you maybe do for me? Conversations are free. Ads, in the same meeting, we had Joanna there, and she's our ad specialist, and much of ads with pay-per-click is, it's pretty much already there and in place for you, but the keyword planner is definitely something that you need to use if you're using ads. It's just part of ads. If you're doing ads, you know the keyword planner, and you got to use that. And then landing pages and forums and a call to action. I'm a web developer. You got to have those, okay? But the form is important because that generates the lead. But also have a call to action on there because that will keep them on the website. That's going to help your stats. okay? You want them to navigate around. You don't want people to come to your website and then leave, because that will ruin your bounce rate. You want them to fill out a form. You want them to have something on their website that they're going to go to and continue navigating on your site, because that is going to help you so much. Google Analytics, Tag Manager. Looker Studio is great. Looker Studio is part of the Google Suite now, and it allows you to set up reports and automations and things like that. It is really cool. Artificial intelligence, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a pro on artificial intelligence, okay? But so many people out there are like, AI is going to replace developers, okay? I have been doing this for a long time. If I stayed the way I was, I would have been destroyed a long time ago, and I would not be employed, okay? Developers evolve, and there's one quote here: engineering is about using technology to solve problems. As long as there are problems that need solving, there will be engineers to solve them, okay? I'm not afraid of AI taking my job. I'm afraid of developers that really know how to use ChatGPT and they're superpowered. Because I didn't get the opportunity to do any of this stuff. I had to learn myself in trial and error for many, many years. These people can use ChatGPT to learn the stuff that took me many years. And I'm really excited for the future that's going to come up of developers, because I think one time I eventually will be surpassed by people that are coming up, but I probably won't be out of the job. App development, 3 things here. Shout AppSheet, and OpenApp. These are great platforms. They're limiting, but if you really want to build an app real quick, you can upload an Excel spreadsheet and it'll put that data in there and display it. It really does a great job of that kind of stuff, but it is kind of limiting on the things you want to use. And then actually, I think last year I talked to a school here at my table talk, and I recommended Parent Square, which is something that my school with my kids uses, and it gives notifications and things like that. That is a great idea if you're like a school or something like that, and you want to get some kind of app in place, snow notifications or something like that. Using some platform like that, it's much more affordable than building something yourself. So if you can kind of use something like this, it is kind of recommended, but at the same time, app development has come so far. You used to have to do Android in Java, iOS in Objective-C. Now they have languages like NativeScript and React Native that do it in TypeScript and go out to both. So it's one language that goes out to both. Saves time, saves you money. It's amazing. And I got a great case study for you here. Social Media Week Llama. All right? We were paying monthly for a service for a mobile app, and it was limiting, okay? Anything beyond basic services was expensive, so I went to Jessica one day, and I said, hey, I didn't know if you knew, but I can actually build apps. Can I do this for you? And she said, go ahead, George. Go ahead. I said, okay, 2 to 3 months. In a month, I had it done. Uses socialllama.com and WordPress. It has the REST API inside there. So anything that's updated on the website is instantly fed to the app. So any changes I need to do, I don't have to push a new update to the app or anything like that. It's a full API instantly. I could go change my name right now to Joe Schmo, and it would show instantly when you looked at the app. It just saved us a ton of money, saved us a ton of time, and we got to build something that we wanted. Okay, so we have seen case studies, so what now? I'm running out of time. The common denominator here is almost all these projects started with some sort of SaaS. They grew to the point where they needed more than what SaaS offered. They reached out to us to take them to the next level. We assessed their needs, and applied a solution to meet those needs. Talk to a developer. That's all he did, okay? Talk to a developer. I'm not saying me. Talk to any developer out there. Get a conversation going. Make a friend. Referrals are best, okay? That's the thing. Developers, I just love what I do. We all love what we do. We're passionate about what we do. Push us. Give us projects. That's what we want. Give us projects to do what we do, okay? We want to work for this stuff. This is what we do. This is what we love. And when you actually do that, and when you need a branded design, new features needed beyond the current availability, paying monthly fees outside of your comfort zone, when your needs are not fully met by the software you're currently paying for, and spending time beyond your comfort zone. Time is money. If you're a business owner and you're spending 100 hours doing invoices and managing people and stuff like that, maybe you start thinking about building some kind of software or utilizing some kind of software that's going to save you that time so you can make sales. Hiring a developer is easy. Assess your needs and set a goal. Save money. Make a thorough outline of what your needs are. Make sure to be clear on what is a want and what is a need. So many times I talk to people and they're like, oh, I need this app and I need to do this, I need to do that, and whoa, okay, breathe for a minute, okay, calm down, backtrack, what's a want and what's a need, because when I give you the quote for everything you want, you're not going to like it, okay? But when we get the things that you actually need, it's going to be a little bit better, okay? And then calculate your fees that you're paying for SaaS and do it kind of like over a year and see what that costs you. And then compare it to what a project costs, what a developer offers you to complete that. It can often save you money. Sometimes it can't. It's all about doing that assessment. And then get a developer you trust. Build a relationship. Referrals are best. So final review, finishing up right now. SaaS is great. It can also be limited and expensive. There are many free options out there. Remember Olivia, if it's free, it's for me. Assess your needs. What is a want? What is a need? Make sure all your needs are met. Not wants, needs. Calculate your current fees and add them up over a year. Hiring a developer can often save you thousands in a year's time, but it can also not. What is your paying cost? If something is costing you significant time and effort, that is time lost that can be used for new business. And then make a developer friend, okay? We like to have conversations, and we love coding, okay? We want to help you. Let us help you, okay? That's it. And conversations are free. The thing is, I'm over my time, and the thing is like, because I love talking about this, okay? I could go way over this, okay? Which you can later. I will be doing a table talk, so if you have any more questions, if you want to listen to me gabble on more about this, I'll be more than happy to, all right? But thank you, everybody. This has been an amazing experience. I really appreciate it. You get the slides at this link. Thank you very much.